Hey y'all, welcome back to Simple Sanctuary Garden. My name is Sarah. The video you're about to watch is a series of clips from multiple videos that I filmed a few months ago but never got around to editing, and rather than lose the information that I put together and discovered and learned, I thought I would instead put everything together for you in what is hopefully a useful video and break that YouTube version of writer's block that I've been having. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in 2022. All right. Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Simple Sanctuary Garden. My name is Sarah. This is my fourth time trying to film this introduction. Hopefully we have solved the lizard problem. We have not solved the lizard problem. Anyway, I thought this morning, I'm taking it kind of slow, being real lazy, just admiring the garden from the porch. I would do some garden experiments and you guys can follow along with me to see how well they work. We're going to start with the bad news experiment first and then go into the fun one that I had actually planned to do. Yesterday, I was playing Garden Fairy and sprinkling some seeds around in the garden to see if they would eventually sprout. I put a whole bunch of cabbage seeds out, some more mustard seeds. I got a couple sprouts the first time that I planted some, so I put some more in that bed. And then these delightful turnips. And then promptly forgot that I left my seed packets on my seed starting table. So, if you are easily distracted like I am and have done that, you will notice that sometimes the next morning you come out and there's been a heavy dew fall and your packets are a little damp. You try to maybe deny that they're a little damp and then notice that they're like unsealing themselves. So the glue is moist enough to be coming loose. It makes me worry about my seeds that maybe they got a little too wet. So what we're gonna do today is dry them out. I will need to store them in a different packet after this. I will probably just dissect this one so I can keep all that planting information. But we're gonna dry them out, and we're gonna do it in a similar way that you do when you save like pepper seeds. So I've got my plate. You could do this on a paper plate. I don't know where my paper plates are, so I'm getting bougie with it. And a paper towel, and all I'm going to do is open the packet and like spread the seeds out evenly over that paper towel and hope that they didn't get too wet. They don't feel moist at all, so that's a good sign. If they did get too wet, if some of these start to sprout, I'm just going to transplant them and hope for the best and probably make another seed order because, again, it is too hot really for these to be growing. I'll also be cutting the back out of this, or really just cutting this packet in half. I guess I could just leave it whole. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to keep this because it's got all of those lovely planting instructions on the back, including this ideal temperature, which is super, super important for where I am. So that's the cabbage. The turnip packet was on the very bottom, so I don't think I need to dry that one out. I'm just going to leave it over to the side for now. Hopefully not forget it again. And we're also going to dry out this Japanese red mustard. While I do this, it is the perfect segue. Ooh, this is really damp. Okay. Fortunately, seeds don't cost a ton. And Baker Creek is delightful. So who doesn't want a chance to explore their website again? Anyway, those are not going to stay out here on this porch. Once I'm done filming, I'm going to move them inside and put them somewhere dark as well. Heat and sunlight are really bad for seeds, and I do want them to germinate later. So they're going to go into probably our guest room closet because nobody ever opens that. about the mustard. You gardeners may feel similar. You know how sometimes you think of like that one thing that you really want to grow and like hyper fixate on it, or that one thing you really want to make with stuff that you've grown? And something you may not know about me is that I consider mustard, like the sauce, a food. It is my favorite food. I love mustard. I have yet to find a mustard that I don't like. So, you can probably see where I'm going with this. I'm growing mustard this year specifically to harvest the seeds. I'm going to let them all go to seed. I plan on having like a garden full of mustard. I plan on having a garden full of mustard, letting it all go to seed, and then making my own mustard out of it. Very excited. The difficulty with that is that there's different types of mustard seeds. So, just for your reference, I'm going to kind of tilt that. This is that Japanese red mustard that I'm trying to save. You see how little bitty and black these seeds are. Now, that's going to be a super, super hot mustard. I am also, while I love all mustard, there is a special place in my heart for the yellow mustard, right? And for that, you need a different type of mustard seed, which looks a lot like this. And you can probably see where I'm going with this. I was Googling around online trying to find white mustard seeds, and you can buy them typically in bulk. Apparently they're used as a cover crop, but somebody online, I do not remember who, recommended going to like your health food store or another grocery store and getting the white mustard seeds that they sell in bulk. And I realized I have this lovely jar of mustard seeds that I used to cook with. And I have Googled, I've looked it up, I've read all over the bottle. It looks like they're not roasted, which to me means they're just dried. And there's a good chance that these mustard seeds could germinate. By good chance, I mean like I really hope that they germinate. So what I'm thinking of doing is trying to germinate some, just to see if that is actually possible. It would be really cool if that was possible. So what we're gonna do, you guys know that I love a good rigged greenhouse. I have this lovely takeout container from Waffle House. It's really the first step in this. So you need sustenance. You basically need a waffle to embark on such a strenuous experiment. So go to Waffle House. If you live somewhere where they don't have Waffle Houses, sell your house and move. This is a necessary first step. And obviously clean out the thing after you've finished your waffle, because that'll mold. I've also got 2 paper towels that are nice and damp. I'm putting one on the bottom folded. The second one's going over that, and I'm just gonna open it up. And we're gonna sprinkle some seeds on it and see how this goes. All right, so we've got our container. I've got a very damp paper towel on the bottom, folded in half. Got a second damp paper towel, folded in half, but I'm gonna open it up. And we're just gonna take a few, not even that many, just a few seeds. So yeah, like that. And give them some space. This should not be as difficult as it is, but I have a hand trimmer. Cover them up, and then cover them with the Waffle House lid. Very, very simple. All right, so for this first round of experiment, I'm actually going to be taking these seeds back inside to see if they germinate. They shouldn't need light to germinate, and like I've been saying, for the rest of my brassicas, it's still too warm. So I don't want the sun beaming in on the box, making it extra warm. The real reason that I put the lid on here is so it doesn't dry out too quickly. It does need that moisture, probably. I don't know. Spice containers don't come with planting instructions, so we're just kind of winging this one. And gonna take all this inside, let those seeds dry, let these seeds germinate, and we'll check back in a few days, see how everything's doing. All right, y'all, it is Tuesday. We started those seeds on Saturday. So we're gonna check and see if there's any kind of sprouting going on. Now, I'll be honest, I have checked this several times a day for the past few days, which has just involved lifting up this little bit of towel, and I don't see anything. If anything, it looks like the towel might be starting to mold. Yay, Florida. Mold everywhere. I don't think that worked. To be fair, it has only been 3 days. So I'm going to keep going with it. The towel, or the paper towel, is still moist. So all of that's still good. I'm going out of town tonight, so I guess I just leave them there. Maybe I should re-wet them. I can't really take them with me. So I guess I'll just leave them there and come back and check. And they'll probably be dead if they do sprout, but I just want to see if it's possible. And then if they don't, I have an idea that we're going to try for one last experiment to see if that works. Hey y'all, we are just back from New Orleans. It has been a week. So let's see if they are probably dead if they did, but let's see if those mustard seeds did anything. Okay, Waffle House container in clear view. And it did mold like I suspected. Oh, it's still kind of damp. That's gross. Look! Oh, that little baby might be alive. It's got a moldy root. All right, guys, this has now gone like emergency mode. We're gonna put this sweet little start in some dirt, see if we can save it, even though it's got a little mold on its root, because it worked really hard while I was gone. Okay, early morning rescue operation. Got a cup of dirt, got a little start. We're gonna stick it in the dirt, bury it just a hair, and see if it survives. And then we're gonna try and actually germinate more mustard. All right, y'all, forgive my setup. I was not expecting to be gardening this morning. Hey, buddy. Oh. I cannot believe that that worked. That's awesome. Even though it's only a 10% germination rate. Let's see if we can hack this a little further. Okay, so got a little shot glass of water. I've got my mustard seeds. I'm going to count out 10 and put them in the shot glass. Science. Hey friends, so I have a final update about the mustard seed experiment. I have good news and I have bad news. So the good news is we did get a sprout. Bad news is we only got 1 sprout out of 10 seeds, and its root molded before I could find it. So I'm still going to transplant it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to save it. And yeah, I guess, it's doable to grow mustard from the seeds you buy in the store. But I guess, like there's no telling how old those seeds are, what they've done to them, if you've gotten organic seeds or not. These were not organic, so maybe they sprayed them with something to keep them from germinating. It just doesn't seem like your best option. So, yeah. The 1 out of 10 will sprout, but that just seems like a whole lot of effort for not much. So I don't recommend it. It was a fun experiment, but I don't think it's the best way to go. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me along this 2-week experiment. I hope you found it as useful as I did. We'll talk soon.